What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D. And Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica, she's been in the algorithm lately because she recently gave a speech. I've got an article here that kind of touches on it a little bit. So I'm going to read some of it to you guys. It says, Turning Point USA chapter request skyrocket following Erica Kirk speech. It says request to join and start Turning Point USA chapters at high schools and universities across the United States skyrocketed following Erica Kirk's speech after the assassination of her husband, Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk. In less than 24 hours after Erica Kirk captivated the world with an address following her husband's death, in which she stated, "The movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen." Turning Point USA received 18,000 new chapter requests from across the nation. She says, "No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment." So she's pretty charged up. She's she's as charged up as you would expect a widow to be. You know, she lost the love of her life, the father of her children, in an extremely violent way. I mean, she's gonna be angry. It just is what it is. Says, I'll make sure Turning Point USA, the biggest thing that the nation has ever seen, or she'll make Turning Point USA the biggest thing that the nation has ever seen. I love you, baby. Rest in the arms of our Lord. On Saturday, Minnesota Representative Elliot Engren shared an X text to receive, or that he received from a Turning Point USA staffer, which read, "We have 18,000 new chapter requests since Erica spoke. We had 9,000 college chapters and 1,100 high school chapters prior to this. This is the turning point." So he's saying that they had 9,000 college chapters and 1,100 high school chapters, and they've received 18,000 additional requests. That's pretty big. In her address to the world following the Turning Point USA founder's assassination, Erica Kirk also declared, "You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry." I believe her. I really do, because women can be very vengeful. Um she had essentially what many would consider to be the perfect life. All right, she had the children, she had the husband out, you know, out bringing in the bacon, and she's cooking it up. They had their essentially picket fence lifestyle, their Christian values, and that has been disrupted in a way that she probably never could have imagined. I don't think she or Charlie ever would have imagined that he'd be struck down at a college campus just speaking. So, her saying that a fire's been lit under her and whatnot, yeah, I definitely believe that. And for different women, it varies. For her, this could be a permanent burning. This could be her finding her calling. She went from just being that housewife that adored her husband and was always behind him, unseen essentially, to now being the face of something. Or she could charge for a while, kind of get a bit burnt out on it, and wants to hand the reins off to somebody else. I guess that's yet to be seen. So God had his hand on Charlie and on TP USA, and he hasn't removed it. he just added millions more. Covet added. I'm not sure who that is. On Sunday, Covet offered an update on X, writing, the organization has received over 32,000 inquiries in the last 48 hours to start new campus chapters. So I'm looking to see who Covet is. It didn't say. It just started quoting them. I just scrolled back to look. To put that into perspective, Turning Point USA currently has 900 official college chapters, around 1,200 high school chapters, with a presence on 3,500 total. COVID continue. I'm assuming he's got to be someone involved in TP, because why else would he be saying these numbers? It says Charlie's vision to have a Club America chapter, our high school brand, in every high school in America, around 23,000, will come true much faster than he could have ever possibly imagined. Truly incredible, he added. Uh, it does seem, it does seem that he is far more powerful in death than he was in life. He was influential in life, but nowhere near to what, I mean, everyone knows who he is now. You went from having a guy that was out there, kind of known, but there was still a lot of people who didn't know who he was. The thing is that unless you were involved in politics any sort of way, um, you didn't really know who he was. You may have known of him. You may have heard, randomly saw some clip of him, something of the like. But now, after his assassination, like, everyone knows who he is. We just had Israel, the leader of Israel, do some 2 minute video talking about him, denying that they are the ones who put him down or whatever, which that's a topic for a whole different video. But you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the reach. I've never seen a world leader. I've never, ever, and we may never see this again, a world leader make a 2 minute video denying that they took out a civilian. So if that doesn't tell you like how big he's gotten behind his assassination, I don't know what will. Well, let me continue. Covet also shared with Breitbart News a passage from the Bible, John 4:4, which reads, "Ye are God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." He cited a couple other ones. I honestly don't know what he's aiming at by just citing Bible verses. Listen, a lot of times people do that, and I don't know if, and this isn't me being funny in any way, but I've just observed this over my 44 years. A lot of times people just start quoting Bible verses, and it may or may not fit the scenario of what's going on. It's just like, did you just feel like just quoting the Bible? Because this doesn't quite fit what's happening going on right now. I'm not accusing him of that, but I have seen that a lot. It says, this divine power, far greater than any worldly entity, powers believers to live with confidence, knowing that their true identity is in God, who provides victory over any challenges that may face in spiritual battles or adversities. In addition to the surge in new TP USA chapter requests, more than 4.6 million has been raised in support of Kirk's family through the Christian crowdfunding site Give Send Go. So, oh boy, hasn't she been elected to be the head of Turning Point? So she's now the boss, essentially. She's got a huge war chest. She's angry, and she got a lot of free time. For a woman, that's a scary combination, y'all, for real. I'm gonna leave it there though, you guys. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'm holla at y'all. Peace.